Alright children, welcome back to AP Macroeconomics with your favorite teacher, me, Mr. Tete. Today we're going to talk about the foreign exchange market. Hooray! Before we begin, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I need subscribers and likers so that I can get more. I want money. I want to be monetized. Give me dollars. First and foremost, the foreign exchange graph is just a simple market, just regular old supply and demand. It's the most basic of graphs. It's the Tete of graphs. Wait. Down here on the x-axis, we have quantity of dollar signs. If the currency is down here, this is the currency whose value we are graphing. So if the exchange rate goes up, the dollar is getting more valuable. If the exchange rate goes down, the dollar is getting less valuable. Over here, if it is on bottom on the x-axis, on the y-axis, it is also on bottom. That's the currency whose value we're actually graphing. And we are comparing euros to dollars right now. When you read this, you're basically looking, how many euros does it take to purchase a dollar right now? If the E exchange rate decreases, then it takes fewer euros to purchase a dollar, and dollars are less valuable and are depreciating. If the exchange rate goes up, it takes more euros to get a dollar, and the dollar is appreciating. And I guess I should define that. Appreciate means it's getting more valuable. Depreciate just means it's getting less valuable. One thing I want you to really understand about the foreign exchange market, first of all, this is a specific market where you can buy and sell foreign currencies. When we say that the supply of the dollar is increasing or decreasing, we're talking about the supply of the dollar just in this market, not all the money that exists. The money that I have in my pockets right now is not available to be purchased by foreigners, and so it is not in the foreign exchange market, and it doesn't affect this value. Alright, so let me show how this might work. Let's say that I, an American citizen who uses US dollars, want to buy wine from France. If I want to buy wine from France, I first have to buy euros because French wineries don't want to get paid in dollars because then they're going to turn around and try to pay their workers in dollars, and they don't want it. I don't want to get paid in euros. I want to get paid in dollars. So when I go to buy the wine, I first have to buy a euro. So I'm going to buy this euro out of the foreign exchange market. It is no longer available in there. Hiya, yoink, yoink. It's ugly, but also it'll spin. It's just kind of, yeah, I can still spend it. I now have this euro to spend. The demand for euros in the foreign exchange market has gone up, so the value of the euro is increasing or appreciating. And when I buy that euro, I'm paying in US dollars. So I'm going to sell this dollar into the foreign exchange market. God, it's hideous. And now there's an increase in the supply of dollars in the foreign exchange market, and they're going to be less valuable. So the supply of dollars is increasing and shifting to the right, and now the exchange rate's lower. It takes fewer euros to buy a dollar. The dollar is depreciating, is cheaper. If we look, the supply increasing, we used to have 3 in here, now we have 4. That's more supply. Now real quick, let's talk about some of the things that cause currency to change values. The first is growth. If the real GDP in a country is increasing, that means that the real national income is up, the unemployment rate is down, and the currency is going to depreciate. And this is why. If a country's income is increasing, people that now have jobs are going to go buy more stuff. That's what you do with a paycheck. And they don't only buy stuff made in the US, we're also going to buy European stuff from the EU. When we go purchase those European goods, we have to buy euros, and we're going to sell our dollars into the foreign exchange market, and that makes the US dollar less valuable. The second thing that can cause a currency to appreciate or depreciate is the inflation rate. If a country is experiencing inflation, then their currency will depreciate. Here's the way that might work. If the inflation rate is higher in the US, people in the EU will not want to buy as much of their stuff. And if they don't want to buy things from the US, they don't need US dollars. The demand for US dollars fall, and now the exchange rate is lower. The dollar is depreciated, and it's like a seesaw. So if the dollar depreciates, the euro must appreciate because we're comparing them to each other. The real interest rate is also going to cause a change in a currency's value. If a country's real interest rate increases, foreign investors will want to bring their money to that country and put it in the bank. Remember, capital flows to the country with the highest real interest rate. So the real interest rate goes up in the US. Financial investors in the EU now want to put their money in US assets like bonds. When they bring their money over here, they first have to buy US dollars. The demand for the dollar increases and shifts to the right. The international value of the dollar is now increasing. The exchange rate is higher. And so again, the way you look at this, it now takes more euros to buy a dollar. So the dollar is appreciating. That means the euro is depreciating. That's also going to cause our current account to go into deficit, because if it costs Europeans more to get our dollars, then they're going to buy less of our exports, and that'll put us in a current account deficit and in a financial account surplus. Finally, the last thing that's going to cause a change in the value of the dollar is taste. If, for whatever reason, people in the US now want to buy a lot more stuff from Europe, maybe French wine and cheese is now super popular. If that occurs, the first thing we have to do before we can import that French wine and cheese is buy euros. And when we go and buy euros, we pay with dollars. So the supply of US dollars increases and shifts to the right. That makes the dollar less valuable and the euro more valuable. All right, children, that was a foreign exchange market. Next time we'll talk about something different. I'm not sure yet. Bye, children.